All right, so today we'll move forward to the part of writing with prepositions. So we can take a close look at the example sentence we have here first. So as you can see here, it says rabbits nibble grass in the meadows. So basically you can see this person try to use a very specific verb, which is nibble, which means like kind of eat or have grass. But here in particular use the place like in the meadow. So in other words, we can use certain kind of prepositions or some prepositional phrases, right, to add some more detail to the sentence we have, including we can talk about the place or the time or certain kind of information we will have. So let's take a look at the example we are going to have here. So please wait a moment. All right. So here we have a short passage here. So I would like you to try to put certain kind of phrases we have into each sentence. So make sure you try to make each sentence longer with an appropriate phrase we have here. All right. So I'll give you about 3 to 5 minutes to do so. So please take your time. All right. So for this part, if you are done, please raise your hand. Okay, so probably we can try to detail these sentences together. So for the very first one, everyone was excited. It should be what? Everyone was excited. Excited. It should be into a huge pile. Everyone was excited in the morning. Yeah, it could be possible. But I think because when we are using these kind of prepositions, usually we want to elaborate certain kind of ideas in the sentence. So probably they want to say why everyone was excited, right? So in this case, probably it would be better if we can use something like everyone was excited, yeah, about the warm weather. So that's why they would like to go outside. All right. So probably everyone was excited about the warm weather. All right. So about the warm weather. And we played outside. So what might be the phrase we can use here? We played outside. We play outside. Yeah, probably we play outside in the morning. And one thing you can think about is that you can put this kind of preposition in the beginning of a sentence or in the end of a sentence. And in this way, you can you will like vary the types of your sentence. You will change the types of a sentence, right? 所以像这个 preposition 或 phrasing，you can think about 你要把它放在句首或者是句尾，然后呢，这样 you can make your sentences more various. Otherwise, you just like subject and then verb, subject and then verb. So for this part, probably you can think about you can put like in the morning in the beginning, all right? So in the morning, we played outside, all right? And then we rode our bikes. So it's not really specific, right? So we rode our bikes and then what might be the phrase you can have here? All right, so probably you can say we rode our bikes through the park. Okay, 就穿越的公园。Through Okay, we rode our bikes through the park. And then Mom brought a bag of corn and bird seed. So what might be the prepositions or what might be the phrases we can put here? Mom brought a bag of corn and bird seed for the ducks, right? Yeah, for the ducks. Do you know that if like the ducks on our campus are still alive or they are all ducks? I remember there are 6 or 7 of them. Are they still alive? All right, a bag of corn and bird seed for the ducks. And then the beautiful white swan swarmed toward us. So what might be the prepositions or what might be the phrases you can put here? with the long neck, right? So you can put the word with the long neck here, right? The beautiful white swan with the long neck. So here, another point you can pay attention to is that you can also put this kind of prepositions or this kind of phrases inside the sentence if you want to kind of describe something with some more details. In this case, we would like to describe the white swan with some more details. So that's why we say the beautiful white swan with the long neck. All right, long neck, swan, okay, swarmed or swam. So the beautiful white swan with the long neck swam toward us. Long neck swam toward us. Then I threw some of the corn. Then there should be I threw some of the corn into a huge pile. 你要把应该很难把那个饲料堆成一堆吧，丢成一堆。Yeah, probably I would like to throw some of the corn to the swan, right? Let's see, probably the ducks will be angry. I threw some of the corn to the swan. All right. Well, we should have a swan in our school too. Okay. Then we watch the squirrel scamper. So it should be what kind of phrase we can have here? Squirrels scamper. It's impossible to like the squirrel with the long neck, right? Otherwise, it sounds scary anyway. Or yeah, probably will be under the trees, right? Scamper under the tree. About like 10 years ago, when I first started to work in our school, there were so many squirrels jumping everywhere, but now I think most of them were gone. Because there were too many people here, I was getting away. We watched the squirrels scamper under the trees, right? Then we rake our leaves and jump in them. So in this place, probably what would be like, we rake our leaves and jump in them. So what might be the phrase we can put here? We still have one more, right? Which probably will be into a huge pile, right? So we raked our leaves into a huge pile, right? We raked our leaves into a huge pile. 把它弄成一堆 into a huge pile. Into a huge pile. Into a huge pile. Alright. Well, I think if this is the scene here in Asia, probably we'll start to have some sweet potatoes. Burn the leaves and some sweet potatoes. Nice. All right, so we rake our leaves into a huge pile and jumped in them. All right, so that's the very first part we're dealing with today. So there will be something about prepositions. So you can try to think about how you like to use the prepositions to detail your information or to detail your sentences. And one more thing you can think about is that you can try to put the prepositions in the beginning of the sentence or in the end of the sentence and then try to use different kinds of ways to put your preposition to make your sentence more various. And you can also put that inside the sentence to add some more details for the object or for the person or for the stuff you like to describe, right? 所以这介系词、片语或者这些 phrases，你就可以看到放在句首或句尾，或者是放在句中去修饰你要特别去说明的人。那像这种时间地方的话，你也可以尝试就是把它放在句首或者是一些特别的位置，要放对的位置哦。然后你就可以想一下有一两句就把它放在句首，这样你的句子看起来就会比较有变化一点，刚好也可以强调那个时间点或强调那个地方。那这样的你的句子就不会一开始是主词、动词、主词、动词、主词、动词，那这样就会比较有变化一些些。All right, then we will move on to the next part, which is about using exact adjectives. So as we know, for the adjectives, we can use adjectives to describe an object or a person. Basically, we use adjectives to kind of add some more information to the nouns we have here. 所以我们基本上就是用形容词去修饰我们的名词 right? So now, here I would like you to try to do the practice here. Please try to detail the writing with the adjectives we have here. For example, for each noun, please put an adjective in front of it. Yeah, so it should be in front of the noun, right? So, for example, like each day I rode my bike down the road. So probably had to put an adjective for the word bike and also an adjective for the word road and also an adjective for the word house, all right? So think about what might be the adjective you like to use. And for this practice, there is no standard answer for each one. So you can think about how you like to create the image of the story. For example, if you want to make the story like a very touching one, so what might be the adjective we use? Or you want to make this one into something quite scary, like a horror movie, what might be the adjective you like to use? So you can think about how you like to kind of detail the story here with certain kind of adjectives we have here, all right? So I'll give you also another 3 to 5 minutes to do so. So please take your time. All right, so if you are done, please raise your hand. If you finish detailing the writing with adjectives we have here. I think that is one. All right, so let's do this one together. So let's take a look at this one. This one. Each day, I rode my bike down the road. So what might be the adjective you like to use for the word bike? Red bike. All right, possible. And what else? So probably you can use different kinds of colors. Red bike, green bike, long. Do we have a long bike? Long bike. And how about, yeah, probably rusty would be possible, right? A rusty bike. And what else? Red bike, rusty bike. So probably the bike is quite old, right? So that's why we can use a word like rusty bike. I don't think we have a long bike. Sure, but the bike is quite long. So probably we won't say so, right? So let's think about the next one. Which old bike could be possible, yes. And then a new bike, right? Then so either I rode my rusty bike or rode my old bike or my new bike down the road. So what might be the road? Let's try rusty bike. The rusty bike down the road. What kind of road? Gray road. Gray road. Is it gray road? Probably like rough road, right? Or long road. These two be possible, right? So probably we can try to use a word like rough road. To Aunt Lily's house. So what would be the house? What might be the one for the house? To Aunt Lily's. Yeah, probably old house, right? To Aunt Lily's old house. Like yesterday, another class all used like dirty. I rode my dirty bike down the dirty road to Aunt Lily's dirty house. I don't know why they like the word dirty so much anyway. And then she was usually waiting on the what kind of porch? What might be the adjective we can use here? For the porch. Stone porch. Yeah, that be possible. Gray porch. You can think about when you watch the kind of American movie, usually the porch will be the place outside the house, 就像那个外面那个走廊那个阳台。And for that kind of countryside style, usually they will paint the house like white 那种白色小屋，乡间小屋。Brick， 他们好像也不太会用 brick 或 stone。Actually, we like use like wood, like a wood house. Yesterday, another class said like delicious house. Delicious porch. 因为他们说他们要写什么糖果屋。The story about that. But basically, they kind of enjoying the sunshine, so I think probably the porch will be quite clean, right? Or quite cozy or quite comfortable, I guess. So probably we can try to use the words like clean porch, but it depends on you. I think all the adjectives are possible. It depends on what kind of image that you would like to create. Let's try clean porch here. And what kind of the sunshine? Okay, sunshine. Yeah, probably bright sunshine, right? While she walked. And some days she shelled peas or scraped potatoes. So I think this one's quite straightforward, right? Peas usually will be in the color of yummy peas. Really? Do you enjoy eating peas? I think a few weeks ago they were kind of arguing about like whether peas should be put in our lunchbox or not, right? Like 三色豆 or something. I think that one is delicious. Okay, green peas or scraped potatoes. So what might be the words we can use here for potatoes? Yeah, probably fresh, right? Fresh potatoes. Okay, scrap fresh potatoes. And then sometimes she peeled apples before she cooked them into pies. So what might be the one for apples? Ugly apples. Why do you need to use ugly apples to make it apple pies? So probably, can we use green apples to make a pie? No, I don't know. So red apples before she cooked them into what kind of pies? Poison! You should poisoned, get ed to make it into an adjective. Okay, poison pie. I think you are talking about the story of like Snow White, right? I think the queen was not collaborating now, just probably she should like make the poison apple into an apple, and they will kill more people once someone. That's it, right? Then so they'll make them into what kind of pies? Apple pies. It should be something quite. Yeah, delicious, right? Delicious pies. Delicious pies. And then she wore her apron. So what might be the adjective we use to describe apron? Dirty apron. Probably that because she has been cooking for a while and also she has been working for a while, so probably her apron is not that clean. And then her hair was braided. So what might be the words we can use to describe hair? Gray hair would be possible. Or quite like long hair, right? Since her hair was braided. But if you use the word gray hair, we know probably Aunt Lily is an old person, I guess. And then she loved from life. So what might be the words you can use to describe the life, especially the life in the countryside? She curly hair. 卷发可以绑辫子吗？ Curly hair was gray there. I don't know. Can we? Yeah, probably long hair or gray hair would be good, right? And then she loved what kind of farm life? Probably it'll be like, for example, I think the story is quite like the light there seems to be quite like cozy, I guess, or quite comfortable. Quite like cozy, I guess. I don't know. And another word which will be love. What might be the adjective you use to describe the life? Also to describe love. For love, what might be the adjective we use here? Warm love, yeah, that be possible. Okay. Or like precious, unique, or irreplaceable. All right. We can think about what might be the adjective you can use. So instead of just saying the word love, you can think about some other words, some other adjective to describe the idea of love. So probably I will put precious here, I guess, or unique. Okay. Or warm love will be a nice one too. All right. So there'll be roughly about this. All right, so it's about break time, but I would like you to finish this one first anyway, which is about the part of adverbs. So would you like to finish what is first and then we will take another break? We'll take a break later on, all right? So let's try to finish this part first using exact adverbs. All right, so far we have been talking about things like nouns, verbs, prepositions, and also adjectives. And now we move on to the last part, which is about the adverbs. All right. So, for example, we have all the adverbs here. So here, I would like you to try to fill in the blanks with the adverbs we have here. Okay. Think about how you will elaborate each idea here with an adverb. Right. So I'll also give you another 3 to 5 minutes to do so. So please take your time. All right, so for this part, if you are done, please raise your hand. So if you're done with it, please raise your hand. All right, so probably we can take a look at this one together. All right, so let's take a quick look here. So here it says, when I awoke this morning, my stomach lurched. So here it should be what? Because here we are talking about something about like competition. So probably people will feel kind of, and yeah, probably nervous, right? So here we'll say my stomach lurched nervously, okay, nervously. And then our school's mock trial competition, so our school's mock trial competition was today, and I have been practicing all month. So I think I have been practicing for a long time. I have been practicing very hard. So here probably we can use the adverbs like what? I had been practicing clearly. I don't think so. Because yeah, probably feverishly, right? Because I'm talking about I try to like practice very hard. So probably we're like practicing feverishly. Fever, so from the word fever, okay, 很狂热的。Okay, feverishly all month. In our fictional case, Joe Warner, employee of the famous TV producer, was charged with vandalism, and I was supposed to defend him. Had Warner destroyed Chambers' office, so because the keyword we have here is destroy, so what might be the adverb we use to describe the verb destroy? Yeah, probably like ruthlessly, right? Ruthlessly. And then for number 4, when Chambers stole his script and produced a new show with it. So here it should be stole something and produce something with it. Cautiously, cautious 通常指那个谨慎的，这边有点像是他刻意或者有点是故意的。如果真的要用类似的字的话，可能会用是那个intentionally，让他就是很有企图的、很有意图的，特别去用它 intentionally。Yes. You can think about if someone stole your ideas and produced something else. Yeah, probably be something quite selfish, right? So there'll be selfishly, stole his script and produced a new show. And the other team's lawyers thought their case was all right. They are in for a surprise. I thought I was what convinced. I was what convinced. So like persuaded or convinced. If you totally believe in something, you say that I was completely convinced, right? Completely convinced. All right. Then in the end, it said, could I present my case and bring home the trophy? So if you want to present something, you hope you present your ideas in what kind of way? Should be present my case. Yeah, clearly, right? You hope you can present your idea, your case in a clear way. So could I clearly present, clearly present, clearly, okay, clearly present my case and bring home the trophy, all right? So that will be the stuff we have here, all right? So far we have been talking about how to use certain kind of exact words to elaborate our ideas or to detail our thoughts. And later we are going to move on to the part of good sentences. So how can we, it's going to talk about how we can create some good sentences in our writing, all right? So far, do you have any question?